it is, y'all? It's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Danmachi video, and today I have some great news. So, if you're like me, and you have been basically trying to do upgrades on units for the longest, but running into problems, let me give you an example here. So let's go into upgrade, and I recently just MLB'd Harmonia, and I put all my ability board stuff into bells, so I've been running really low on especially things like, let's go in here, like these D8s, and they're D8s. That's a D4, that's a D6, that's a D8, that's a D12. Fight me. So I only have 10 of those bad boys. For whatever reason, I always run out of D8s. So there we go. Those are my last D8s. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. Now I've got 0. I can't do anything. I have a few still D12s, and I've got plenty of 4s and 6s, but I don't have any of the 8s. This is a problem. However, notice the unlock button is still lit up. If we click this was a feature they literally just added in the last 24 hours. Do you want to use the following materials to unlock the ability? Combine insufficient materials and execute. If you click this little check mark, check this out. Now, I want you to pay close attention. My D6s are 23 out of 10. If I click this now, it'll be 10 out of 10. That'll be 10 out of 10. And I'm now using a bunch of my D4s. Let's go ahead and unlock that bad boy. And now it's unlocked. This was a feature they literally just added into the game. So if I go back in here again, go buy my items. I'm only going to have 500 of the D4s, but we are going to get all these bad boys unlocked. Now, obviously, this late in the game, it is going to take a ton of those to kind of execute this. But honestly, a lot of these D4s are pretty much unlimited. You can go in and just grab tons and tons and tons of these out of just about every event. So when it comes to these ability board items, you know, the 6s and the 8s and up become extremely hard to come by in some situations. Thank you for the sub. Normally I'd edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out. Thank you very much for the sub. But in this situation, I think it's a really good... This is probably one of the best quality of life upgrades that they've done in a given point in time. Now, the only problem I've got now is I'm low on just about every other item, and obviously when it still comes to you know, the SRs and the SSRs, I would still recommend doing bonds over much of anything else at the moment. But save all these items obviously for your URs. But I can go buy a whole bunch, well, exchange for a whole bunch of these D4s and go in and do some major upgrades. This is without question or doubt one of my absolute biggest pet peeves with the game up to this point, and the easiest resolution we've had in a really long time. So let's go into the exchange for a second. Now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of out myself because I've not emptied this out like I probably should have. But I have a bunch of things here. But if we go down here to our D4s, it's 150 of these coins to get, you know, a bunch of D4s. But before I bought a lot of these other things and a ton of these Cadmus sword replicas, I could have gone in here and just bought these up with literally absolutely no cap. So, Gen Z, pay attention. That means something else. So, nevertheless, this really actually gives you so many more reasons to farm all of the new stuff. So we have, let's go back up here. Actually, we don't have the exchange for the new one because everything in the new one is gacha based. Go to check rewards here, yeah. So everything now is in this box gacha and all that. But there should be, you know, we'll have to talk about that in a little bit, nevertheless. Normally, when we go in here and we do these exchanges, you'll see just tons of these different, you know, D4s, D12s, D6s, etc. of every different flavor. But then once you get all those out, you have an unlimited number of these. So literally now, for the first time and really ever since the ability board dropped, you would have an indefinite way to farm every ability board. It just means that you're going to have to farm events thoroughly. And I kind of wish I had known this before I'd spent all of my coinage on Cadmus sword replicas and you know, some of the other stuff that I didn't probably necessarily need nearly as much as ability board stuff. So I'm stoked, guys. One of the biggest updates, in my opinion, ever in this game, and I couldn't be happier. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Someone already did. And I'll be back with more coming up here real soon.